Okay, this is Buddy Topher. I'm going to show you a really easy way to make some biscuits. Hopefully you'll try it out when you see how simple things are. Right here I got 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add to that 1/3 of a cup of butter. This is about 1/2 cup of shredded cheese, a teaspoon of salt, tablespoon of baking powder, and 1/2 cup of milk. We're going to stir this all up, get it to form a ball, and if you want a variation on this and you want to really impress your friends sometime, whenever you get the biscuits formed up, you can go and make a little indentation with your thumb. Put your favorite kind of cream cheese in there. If it's flavored cheese or cream cheese like the blueberry or strawberries. Something else I've done is to put little red and smoked peppers on it, and jalapenos, and something else that you can do for a different version of this is to add some pan sausage, fried out pan sausage, link sausage that you've cooked on the pit. Put whatever flavors you want in there with these biscuits. Depending on the time of the morning you might be eating them. Favorite down here in Texas is to make a milk gravy. And I'm going to show you my own version of this milk gravy in just a minute. This is one of those sheets to keep you from having to spray it with the coatings. And a little something else that we're going to do here is to make a bacon gravy instead of the regular sausage gravy that you see in any restaurant, truck stop, or grandma's house. We're going to bake this for about 20 minutes, 400-degree oven. And you can see that doesn't take very long. Take just about as long to go and open up a can of biscuits and do the same thing. So let's go ahead and slip this in there. Get my hands washed. Okay. What we got going right now is I melted about 1.5 tablespoons of butter in here. And this is some bacon that was left over from breakfast yesterday, and there's about 4 pieces, maybe 5 pieces of bacon in there. We're going to just go and heat this up a little bit, because what we're going to have to end up doing is mixing our roux in there. It's going to be the thickening agent. I'm going to put a little bit more butter. You don't need all that much flour because we're not going to make a whole lot of gravy, but this is around 1 tablespoon. That bacon grease in there, and it's going to help flavor it. Another thing that we're going to need to do is I like to take my gravies and kick it up a 1.5 notches, as they say. I'm going to add some dried spices to it. This is just your regular combination. There's several people that make this combination: dried spice, no additives. It's going to flavor up that gravy. This is about 1 teaspoon. Get that started softening up. You can see that butter's got all that flour mixed up in it. It's ready for thickening now. I'm gonna add just regular milk because if you put like half and half or whipping cream or something like that, it's actually gonna make it a little bit too sweet. And that was about a cup and a half. I cook for so long that very seldom use measurements anymore. But I know if it's your first time, you'll be able to tell. You can just eyeball things, make it once or twice. If it gets too thick, well, then you're gonna have to go and add a little bit of milk, thin it out. If it's not thick enough, take some flour in a cup, mix it up with some milk. When it's in a good slurry and there's no lumps, pour a little bit of that in there and it'll thicken it on up. Turn up the heat a little bit, get this thing going. You'll be able to tell it doesn't take very long for it to start working its magic. You don't really need to add any salt because of the bacon that's in there and the rest of these spices. And you can see it's starting to come together now. One thing to remember too is that you definitely want to cook it down enough to where you make sure that the flour taste is cooked out of it whenever you're stirring it in with the butter. And it doesn't matter if you're using gas or electric. One thing is if it's starting to get a little too thick or reaches the amount of thickness that you want to pour over your biscuits, just take it off the flour. It'll quit thickening. You can see this whole thing only took a couple of minutes. Got something good and homemade and it doesn't take very long. That's just about right. I like to use this multi-seasoning, spice seasoning instead of just black pepper because you get all these other flavors working for you. It just makes it a little bit more special. Something else you can do with it too is to, if you would want, is to put a little cheese in here. It just gives it a different flavor. Alright, well, we got about 15 minutes yet. We'll get those biscuits out and show you what the finished plate looks like. Alright, well, our 20 minutes is up. Time to take these biscuits out and see what they look like. There you go. Now we did go ahead and add a little bit of butter to the gravy. Pull one of these off of here. Open this up and let y'all see what this is like. This is the way we do it in South Texas. I like to always top it off with just a little bit of my seasoning. Give it a little bit more color. A little different flavors. And that's it. I'm going to take a little bite of this here. Of course, it's as good as it ever is. Go by the website, www.buddiesblends.com. They got this recipe and plenty of others on there. Hope you enjoy them. Let me hear from you. Good cooking.